enabling instant updates in Flutter apps with Shorebird, my journey with Cold Push. So I'm Masahiro Aoki. I'm founder of the OpenCI, free CI/CD service for Flutter. And if you have some interest about OpenCI, you can go to the OpenCI.io. And because it is closed beta, you can join our Discord channel if you are interested. And I was a former software engineer at IBM and a startup co-founder, CDO, and as mentioned here, I just became an organizer of Flutter Tokyo a few hours ago. So if you have a chance to come to Japan, let's do some Flutter meetups. Of course, I have loved Flutter and that for 5 years. Yeah, and I'm based in Tokyo, in Japan. So disclaimer, all demos are run by MacBook Pro, M1 Max 64 gigabytes, 10R, iPhone 12, Pixel 8 Pro, and I'm not a member of the Shorebird team, nor have I received any money, just a user. And today's goal is to understand what Coldfish is, how the Shorebird works, and how to use Shorebird even in production environment, and the pricing of the Shorebird. So I have some questions about Shorebird, so answer them and win the dash. So first, what is Flutter? So as you know, Flutter is an open source framework by Google for building beautiful, natively compiled multi-platform application from a single code base. And Flutter is written in Dart, and you can distribute the Flutter app to many platforms like iOS, Android, Web, Linux, macOS, Windows, and even tvOS. Yes, Flutter runs everywhere and with one code base. Great, isn't it? And what is Cold Push? So the Shorebird team explained the Cold Push as follows. Cold Push is a tool that allows you to update your Flutter app instantly over the air without going through the store update process. And this allows you to directly deploy fixes and new features to your end user devices. And please raise your hand if you have experience submitting apps to Apple or Google. Yeah, okay, most of them have the experience. Okay, so in the normal process of reviewing for fixing bug, first you find a bug and fix them, and upload the build to the stores, Apple and the Google stores, and submit the review to them, and wait for the store approval. And if you are lucky or request an expected review, the store approves your build in a few hours. However, in most cases, as you know, this will take a few days. And if you are so unlucky, you have to wait days, weeks, or even months. And after the store approval, you can release the build to the store. Finally, the users get an update. The problem is that you must wait for the store review and can't know when the store approves your app. And sometimes your app will be rejected for other reasons. Overall, I think no one likes this review process. On the other hand, if you use Cold Push, you don't have to care about the stores. After fixing bugs, all you have to do is send the code to the users. I think you can wait up to 10 minutes to debug update to the users. Cold Push demo. So first, I'll show you how the Cold Push works. The first screen is the original Flutter counter. That after killing the app, the Cold Push was made, so the screen became black. This doesn't use Firebase remote config or launch locally or similar service. I will show you the Shorebird team. And the Shorebird, the only Cold Push service for Flutter, is developed by Flutter heroes. As you know, Eric is a founder of Flutter and the former director of engineering for Flutter and Dart at Google. And Felix is really popular for the block library, which is the most famous, one of the most famous state management packages in Flutter. And Brian is a former Flutter team member, and another Eric is the Flutter and Dart GTE and the Frame Core member. The first case, build the app. with Apple and Google Store reviews become unnecessary with code push? Please raise your hand if you think A is the answer. A few? Okay, okay, okay. How about B? Okay, most of us. Okay. The answer is no. I explain the reasons. So with code push, you can change any dot code. This is an example of the default counter app. The blue line is original, and the red line was deleted, and green line was added. In other words, you can change the Flutter widget's code. For example, you can change Flutter widgets like color, text, size, and business logic written in dot. However, you have to care about the number of changes. The more the code you change, the larger the patch size will be. However, you cannot change the native code. For iOS, it is Swift or Kotlin. For Android, Swift or Objective-C. For Android, it is Kotlin or Java due to the Apple and Google's store requirements. And these are the Flutter packages. And if you upgrade Cloud File Store or your launcher, you cannot use code push because they have native code changes. This means that if you upgrade those packages with no native code change, you have to submit the build to the store and wait for the store approval. But you can upgrade your the provider or block which are pure dot package and use code push. If you change assets, for example, adding a new image widget and the JPEG or PNG image to Flutter, technically you can use code push. However, Shorebird doesn't support assets right now. Unfortunately, the asset support has no ETA at the moment. Since after Shorebird's iOS stable release, the team has been too busy meeting the new customers' requirements. This is not directly related to the quiz, but because it is very important, I will explain. With code push, technically you can change any dot code. This means that you can change app features without submitting app store reviews. For example, you submitted a to-do app and the store accepted it, then you can send the code push. The main functionality is a to-do. Then you modify the code to change the app features to like the dating app. Then you can say the code push to reflect these changes. In this case, you deceive the source. This is not allowed for Apple and Google. And if you do this, your app will be banned from stores and Shorebird. And another example is changing in-app purchase providers. If your app has IAP providers and the contents are digital, the transactional fee is up to 30%, 30. However, with the code push, after the store review approval, you can change IAP providers to like Stripe to reduce the fees to 3%. This is also technically achievable, but it's not allowed. Okay, Shorebird architecture. I'll explain how the Shorebird works. The first, Shorebird is a fork of Flutter. The reason Shorebird forked Flutter is to implement code push functionality. As you know, Flutter itself doesn't have the code push. For your information, Eric, the founder of Flutter and Shorebird, had attempted to implement code push for Flutter, but the PR wasn't much. The next question is to check your understanding of how the code push works. So can you use code push to update the contents of an existing app built by Flutter? If your app is listed in the stores, can you use code push to update the app? What do you think? So A, yes. Okay, okay. How about B? Okay. The answer is no. So you can use the code push, but I'll explain the details. You can use code push for existing apps built by Flutter. The app listed in App Store and Play Store was built by Flutter. As I said, it doesn't have the functionality to update the app contents. In other words, the app in the store doesn't have the code push functionality. The app cannot get updates from the Shorebird server nor reflect changes to the app. So I think you can get an overview how Shorebird works. So I dive deep into it. So Shorebird consists of the three parts. The first component is the Shorebird CLI, a command line interface that empowers you to create build, perform code push, and more. The interface is primary tool you use when working with Shorebird, offering a streamlined and efficient way to manage your code push operations. The modified value engine, the heart of the Shorebird, is where the magic happens. The Shorebird chain, with their ingenious use of C++ and Rust, have enabled code push in the Flutter engine. Understanding the modification may be challenging, but it's a journey that's sure to inspire. The last part is a cloud infrastructure. This manages your code push data and usage of the Shorebird. The Shorebird CLI. This laps the original Flutter command and adds a few Shorebird comments. So Shorebird's creating IPA file command is very similar to the Flutter build IPA. And the code of the CLI is open source for transparency. So you can go to the Shorebird repository and check the code. And as I said, the CLI is just a wrapper of the Flutter command. So you can use the Flutter command with the Shorebird CLI. And I'll explain this later. This is the most challenging and fun part. I'll explain this as much as possible. But if you need more details, please head over to the Shorebird dev or docs in Discord. And there is an issue to add more explanation. So Shorebird takes a unique approach by forking Flutter/engine, also known as the Flutter engine, and adding a Shorebird updater. In other words, to enable code push, they fork the Flutter engine, then add a Shorebird updater. And they also modified Flutter/Flutter, the Flutter framework, and the Flutter/build root, known as the build root for code push to work. The cloud infrastructure is divided into three key components: release binary, storage, patch binary storage, and check requests. These components are designed to ensure seamless operation of their services. They store release artifacts such as IPA for iOS and the app bundle for Android in private storage. And the fourth patch, which is diffs from the release, they are stored in the storage and served via global CDN. This section will provide instruction to how to use Shorebird. So before using Shorebird, you have to create a Shorebird account. It's free, so don't worry. Then install Shorebird CLI using the command line above. And once you've installed the Shorebird, you can use it to log in. The CLI will generate a login link for you, which you can then use it to log in through the browser. When you log into Shorebird and navigate to the project root directory, run Shorebird init. This will create shorebird.yaml file at the root of your project, which contains Shorebird's app ID. This app ID is what connects your app to Shorebird. So if your app has multiple flavors, such as staging and production, a corresponding number of app ID will be created. And you can check the status of these apps on the Shorebird web dashboard. And it is important to note that for Android, using Shorebird requires internet permission. So if your Android manifest.xml doesn't allow the permission, Shorebird init will automatically modify the code to ensure the necessary access is granted. This step is crucial for the seamless operation of Shorebird in your app. And the next command is Shorebird release. For Android, run Shorebird release Android. For iOS, Shorebird release iOS. And for iOS, it creates IPA. For Android, it creates app bundle. After creating this artifact, you can upload it to App Store Connect, Play Store, or Firebase app distribution. To use the original Flutter command, you can use double hyphen, like the Shorebird release iOS hyphen hyphen space dot define, blah, blah, blah. And please be careful that these release commands produce only a release build, not a debug or not a profile build. So if you forget, I will explain the build modes of Flutter. In Flutter, there are 3 build modes: debug, profile, and release. Debug mode is for debugging the app. So you can use hard reload to check the app. But the performance is worse than the release. And the profile mode is for checking the app performance. And the release mode is for distribution. So the performance is the best for the release mode. And since the release command of the Shorebird is only for release, so you cannot check the build on your iOS simulator or Android emulator. And successfully running the Shorebird registered release to the Shorebird server so that it can be used for code push. At the console, you can see the message indicating that your new build is registered on the Shorebird server. To check the build, you can use the Shorebird preview command. The advantage of using this command is that it is super fast. As you see, after running Shorebird preview, you can choose which build to preview on your phone. Then the CLI downloads the artifact from the Shorebird server and installs it to your phone. And since the CLI only downloads and installs, not builds, if your internet speed is fast enough, the preview is fast. But you can use Shorebird preview only on your machine. So if you want to test a build across your team, use TestFlight, Play Store Test Track, or Firebase app distribution. And there is a staging argument. And with this argument, you can check the staging patch. So when you want to deliver an update to the end user's app, in other words, you want to push your code, you can use Shorebird patch Android for Android, so Shorebird iOS for iOS. And the Shorebird patch has one argument, which is staging. As mentioned earlier, you can patch with a staging argument. Why is this so important? The answer is straightforward. When you run Shorebird patch, the update is registered on Shorebird server. This means that when an existing user opens the app, it will automatically update. However, if the patch has bugs, the user will also encounter these bugs. This is where the staging argument comes in. By using it, you can avoid this potentially problematic situation in a production environment when patching, using the staging and checking the preview command are much safer than patching directly. After using the staging argument, confirming that your patch works fine, head to the Shorebird console, where you find the Go Live button, and press it to send the update to the users. And I will dive deep into the patching. One of the key steps in the patching process is running the Shorebird patch command. This command generates an artifact and sends it to the Shorebird's Google Cloud storage. The app built by Shorebird release, not Flutter build, checks patch updates every time the app starts with a GET request to Shorebird server, which runs Google Cloud Run. And if the response indicates an update is available, the app downloads the artifact using the Shorebird's response download URL. Then the updater reflects the change to the app. And the updating process is done in an isolated thread, not the main thread, so as not to block the Flutter UI. As you know, Flutter is a single-threaded, so if you run heavy processing in main threaded, like downloaded artifact, UI freezes, so this approach is necessary. So the pricing of the Shorebird is really generous. You get 5,000 patches every month for free, and after that, it's pay as you go. The hobby plan includes one developer, so if you want to invite other developers to your Shorebird account, you must use the team plan, which includes unlimited developers. The last question is about pricing. So how many patches will be made if you code push one update to 10,000 users? Okay. Please raise your hand if the answer is A. Okay, maybe half of them. How about B? Yes. It's a good question. Yeah. Okay, the answer is 10,000 patches. So you cannot use a hobby plan for this situation. You cannot use, you have to pay some. And if your existing app has many users, I think the cost can be huge. So, but maybe the Shorebird team can discount the price. So feel free to discuss the cost with them. Yes. And the Shorebird supports GitHub Actions and the code match for CI/CD. Of course, you can use other CI/CD services, though it may be challenging, like Xcode, Cloud, Bitflies, CircleCI. At OpenCI, we support Shorebird. And as mentioned earlier, you can implement Shorebird into the CI/CD workflow using Shorebird. And using Shorebird in GitHub Action is really easy and simple, since the Shorebird team has already developed the GitHub Actions. However, the most difficult part is how to use Shorebird in CI/CD and make Shorebird release, how to make the Shorebird release and patches in the CI/CD pipeline. So I will show you 3 examples. And the first is the Shorebird team's recommendation. The default branch is the main. This workflow is triggered when the release branch is created or pushed. And in this YAML, there is an environment variable, Shorebird token. This is retrieved from running Shorebird login. And when creating a new release branch, this workflow runs Shorebird release. For pushing an existing release branch, Shorebird patch runs. This workflow is only for Android. So if you need to prepare for the iOS workflow. And however, as you may know, macOS instance of the GitHub Actions is really expensive. So you can consider using the CodeMagic or OpenCI. They are much cheaper. Yes, OpenCI is free. And the next showcase is from one of my clients. They use OpenCI as their CI/CD. They are pre-Series A startup. The default branch is developed. When creating PR to develop, CI triggers, and it runs Shorebird release iOS and Android with internal flavor. Then deploy the build to the Firebase app distribution for testing. When QA, they merge develop into the main branch. And for publishing the build to the stores, when creating release branch from main, the CI triggers, and it runs Shorebird release with stable flavor. And then deploy the build to App Store and Play Store. For patching, pushing the release branch is a CI trigger. When the trigger fires, Shorebird patch is run. As you may notice, they no longer use a original Flutter build command, only Shorebird release. So if you want to compare Shorebird and the Flutter build, you can also set up the original Flutter workflow. And this example comes from one of my other clients, and they have only 2 Flutter devs and C run startup. Their default branch is main. And when available, they use Shorebird patch to update the app. For PR, they release Shorebird build with staging and production flavor and distribute them to the Firebase app distribution. Future roadmap. So Shorebird team is now really working hard to improve iOS performance and fixing bugs. So unfortunately, desktop support, asset support, and fast integration support are planned, but no ETA. And frequent ask FAQ. So any performance difference between native Flutter and Shorebird? I have not seen any issues with our performance for Android. However, there are slight difference between Flutter build and Shorebird build for iOS. The Shorebird team insists that Shorebird for iOS is production ready, and I agree with their opinion. So for more details, see the issue 1825. And for the app size, iOS doesn't have a problem. However, for the Android APK, the size can be bigger than the Flutter. So be sure to check the size before releasing the build to your users. So things I have to say is Shorebird is production ready, and I agree with this. But honestly speaking, it's not mature enough service like a Flutter, so they need more docs, and maybe you will encounter a failure bug. So be careful and do enough testing before using Shorebird in production. Fortunately, the Shorebird team is very kind, helpful, and quick to respond to. Yes, that's it. And I bought some souvenirs from Japan. So they are chocolate and cookies. And this is a prize time. So please raise your hand if you correct all the questions. Please? Who correct all the answers? OK, OK. Thank you, thank you. So I will through the dash. Please raise your hand. OK. Oh! And yes. And one more dashes, OK. Yeah. Congratulations. And I have some T-shirts and Japanese, yeah, chocolate cookies. So, yeah. And I have some more surprise. Even if you cannot get the prize, I have one more surprise for you. I asked the Shorebird team to create a coupon for you. Of course, you can start using Shorebird for free, but as I mentioned, it is limited to one developer. So this batch is 1 month free for the team plan. So you can try Shorebird in your team. But be careful, this gift expires on May 1st. And again, I'm just a Shorebird user, and I'm not getting any money from them. And a special thanks to them. I'm deeply grateful to my esteemed clients, Altitan, Shamuj, I love for their invaluable insights into Shorebird production. The Shorebird team support has been instrumental in my deeper understanding of the Shorebird. And I am immensely grateful to the Flutter Connection team for the opportunity to speak at this prestigious conference. It is an honor I still find hard to believe. And Raouf, your encouragement to submit the CFP for this conference and your invaluable insights have been transformative for me. I'm really grateful for your support. And Maru always helps me organize my slide, talks, and supports me. Yeah, so these are my SN links. Feel free to connect with me. If you come to Japan, let's grab some tea. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have time for a couple of questions. Or a couple there. There's like a bunch of questions on the Slido. Thanks a lot. So there are like a lot of questions. We will send them all to you and probably to the Shorebird team too, so they can help you answer. The first one is how Apple and Google would know that you are actually respecting the 3.2.2 paragraph? Are they watching your app?
I think they don't know. Yeah. So that is a reason I talk about do not deceive the stores. Yeah, maybe some of your competitor will report that your code push and you change the app features. Maybe this is one possible way to they know that deceive the stores. Yeah.
Well, you can try and play, but if you lose, then you lose big.
Yeah.
So maybe it's too big a bet. The second one is: have you encountered any unexpected limitations, like incompatibility with native Flutter tooling while developing using Shorebird? I'm guessing because it's a fork. And shouldn't be any, but do you have?
For now, I haven't experienced the difference between the native product. But the Shorebird team sometimes said that the native Flutter to output is not useful for the Shorebird. So they have to some modification. They have to add some modification for the output of the Flutter command. Yeah.
An interesting question about the usage you would recommend. Would you actually recommend a Shorebird for updates of your app? I mean, no matter the update, or just for pushing crucial fixes in case you have some major bug?
Okay. I think you should try updating the app. Yeah. if your app doesn't have the native code changes. And if you run the Shorebird patch, sometimes the warning from the Shorebird will appear. And for my advice, don't ignore the warning. Because if you ignore the warning, maybe your app will crash. And one of my clients experienced the crashing. So don't ignore the warning.
By the way, do you have a way to limit the users that you push to a patch to? Like, let's assume you have I don't know, 20,000 users, but you want just 100 users or 1,000 users to receive the patch.
Okay, I think there is no way. So, but I think there is an issue, or so you have maybe it's better to ask a Shorebird team about that, because if your app has 300,000 users, maybe the cost can be huge. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean you can use a Shorebird, I think, for A/B testing.
Yeah.
Test a small feature to a small number of users.
Maybe so. In that case, using the flavor is a better option. So for all the plans, you can make unlimited number of the apps. Yeah, so you can use the flavors.
Another practical question: can you combine Shorebird CLI with Flutter management version system like FVM?
That's a good question. I haven't seen this kind of comments in the Shorebird Discord. I think you cannot use the FVM with the Shorebird CLI. But there is the argument of setting the Flutter version of the Shorebird, so you can use the argument. Yeah, like Shorebird version 3.19, 5, something like that.
Because I'm guessing if it's a fork of Flutter, it's using a version defined by the CLI of Shorebird, so you can pass a tag to the version, but it wouldn't make sense to be able to choose from the version that you have locally, I guess. Thanks. You have another one?
There are like 20 questions.
Okay. Well, you can ask me any time when I'm free.
Maybe one last one that was that had many votes. Would you recommend to always, after pushing a patch, would you recommend to always push a new release with that same patch? We've heard of some performance issue impact on a patch. So is it a best practice to push a patch to make sure that user does the bug is fixed, and then afterwards, when the bug is actually fixed,
after
push
fixing
a release?
Fixing bugs of Shorebird? No, or bugs of the app?
No, you're fixing a bug in your application using a Shorebird patch, and afterwards, should you push a new release to make sure that you have a new stable version that is not patched but actual new release?
I think it's better to, if you can, you have to submit a new version of the build with the Shorebird release, not patching, because maybe they have the native code changes.
But is it considered a best practice to do this every time you do a patch a few days later to have a new release, or not necessarily, and you can push some patches in a batch?
I see. It depends, but I think it's better to patch every time, because it reduces the development time and it reduces the chance of the rejecting from the stores. Yeah. So for the business and for the customers, I think it's better option to use patch every time.
Yeah, definitely seems safer that way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Masahiro, and let's have lunch.
Yeah. Thank you so much.